Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to Wednesday Night Live, May the 7th of 25. Welcome. Hello, Mike. How you doing? Welcome. People, I found something out today while I was out running around. I ain't gonna say where running around, but it was food stamp day and all that. Ran into this person who got custody of their grandkids. And the mother of the kids lives in Clark County, Indiana. Had the kids taken away from her because of drugs and all that. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, chilling. This mother of the kids, since her parents got custody of the grandkids or fostering the kids, whatever they do nowadays. And the daughter is probably in her 30s, a drug addict. If you don't know about Clark County, Indiana, they're crooked. CPS, some of the county police officers, and all this. I know when I was growing up, people, if you had a drug problem, all the parents would have to do is go to court and get a body attachment, put them in the hospital for so many days. Well, the mother of the kids was set up to do this and that. She failed to show up, this and that, because she's a lady who got a drug problem. She should be in jail, in my book. And that's weird. If that was you and me, we'd be in jail if we violate a court order. Yeah, it's a court order for what the grandparents said. That makes me mad. I know there's other crooked counties, states like that, especially down in Florida. Hello, Yoakum. Yes, I got my socks on. And I'm mad. I'm going to get off the subject. I come back to it. Somebody, as you know, I got the Legion Force rear rotary tiller. And I had to put it together, which I was down on my back for a week. My back's still hurting. So I called Home Depot. Home Depot gave me the phone number to Legion Force people. And I contacted them through their website. Then they called me. I don't know, on a Friday or something. Yeah, it was Friday because it rained Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Under the rules that they told me, remember, people, it's a brand new Legion Force rotary tiller made either in China or Vietnam. Ain't anything made in America. Even Craftsman tools ain't made in America anymore. I think it's made in China. And I checked the tars. The manual said it's supposed to have 20 to 25 pounds of air. It had 22 pounds of air in it by 2 air gauges. And I put the rear end grease. They call it transmission grease, but it's rear end grease. That's at 90 to 100 something in weight. And I put gasoline in it. Put the engine oil. You get 1 quart of engine oil, 4 quarts. I call it rear end transmission. I let it start up and let it warm up where everything gets circulated. Then I put in gear. Then the other one I had set how it tilts. Then I raise it up. You got a button up there by the handle where you can squeeze the handle and it turns. So I went back to where I didn't have a garden last year. And I set it down and make sure everything was right. So I pushed the button and squeezed the handle and it started tilting. Then I turn it and squeeze the handle again after I pushed the button. I made 1 round. I noticed it was kind of leaning over to one side. I said, wait a minute, this ain't supposed to happen. I looked down while I was squeezing the handle. The rim was turning, but the tire was staying still. And then I looked at the other side. It was doing the same thing. You people, it's that lawnmower mechanics that owns like Cub Cadets or Troy built riding lawnmowers or the zero turn. They're tubeless tires. Who in the right mind would put a tube in a rear type rotary tiller? So I tried to put it in reverse, squeeze the handle. It wouldn't go in reverse. I wonder if anybody, I watch videos on YouTube about the Legend Force rotary tiller. I noticed some of them sound like the transmission is making noise, but it might be the engine I'm hearing. But this transmission was making some noise, like something wasn't put together. I'm an old-fashioned mechanic back in the 50s and 60s, 3-speed, 4-speed transmission, all of this back in those good old days. And it wouldn't do anything. So I had to lift up, try to put it in neutral where I could move it. I got it where you saw the video the other day, me putting dirt in it. And a person asked me, said, why don't you get a second opinion? I said, that's what PULSAR, Legion Force people told me to do. And, if they were going to pick it up and all this, it can't be, that shows it's damaged. And you should get a second opinion. I can't remember who the person is. I'm on a fixed income, people. Around $900 a month. I've done what they told me. So I got to cover up right now underneath the tarp. Took the rim off of it. It got 8 bolts holding it together. One on the sprocket that slides onto the drive. That's 4 bolts. And it's a split rim. That's 4 bolts. You got 8 bolts to take off of, but different nut heads on it to take it off. I work, use an electric thing to undo it, and I about got my knuckles wrapped a couple of times. That reminds me back when I was in school, the teacher used to take a yardstick to your hand if you didn't behave. And well, I put the password up there for you to come live in the studio tonight. The answer is going to be no. And the rules of this channel, people: no arguing, no fighting, no sexual harassment, no hate crimes, no arguing with the moderators. Don't tell me you're gay, because then it'll start a fight. Also, on the advice of my attorney, I had 4 heart attacks. I got high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes. I got arthritis, back problems. They said, why are you telling people that? If you know, a couple of months back, maybe longer than that, I had these, well, it was only one person. It was a 12 or 13-year-old kid. I wonder where the parents are. By YouTube rules, the parents are supposed to be there with them. He was a 13-year-old computer hacker, which they was turned into the FBI, YouTube. You know, that 13-year-old boy could lose his YouTube channel. I left it up to them and the FBI. And to let you people know here on YouTube, you got 5-0. If you don't know 5-0, it's police. They're on every YouTube channel. They're here on mine. And that computer hacker kicked off this lady. Her husband works for a police department. He works in the internet, whatever you call crime part. You know, look, like I say, when cops is on your YouTube channel, they're not going to tell you the cops. They don't have to. They look for people on the internet, maybe computer hackers or people who has warrants out for them, stuff like that. They're looking for certain people. I welcome them on my channel anytime. I know who they are, but I ain't going to tell you, because that's none of your business. They looking for people who try to scam senior citizens, veterans, people who handicap and stuff like that. And I welcome them. And since today is the 7th, I can't forget that. And I know it's kind of late. I should do one in the morning, and like I'm doing tonight. Happy birthday if you're born today. You people, don't forget your spouse's birthday or your kid's birthday or your nephew, sisters, mothers, fathers, and so on. Don't forget the birthdays. And also, if you got married today on the 7th of May, happy birthday. And Friday, there's a couple of people who has birthdays Friday. I think Yoakum has a birthday Friday. I could be wrong. And I wish I knew how to do stuff where maybe I can find a picture of a birthday cake with candles on it Well, you see up there in the corner, powered by a StreamYard, maybe put a birthday cake there. And give that a try. But I want to get back to Clark County, Indiana. And there's other places that got crooked politicians or crooked prosecutors everywhere in the government throughout the United States, especially in Levy County, Florida, the Sheriff's Department, the CPS in Levy County. And if you all been watching What the Hells or Megan Fox Rider and the Umbrella Guy, you know what I'm talking about, the turtle lady who abused this 5-year-old kid that she supposedly adopted legal, but the paperwork I've seen is illegal adoption because she lied on the application. She got so many different names, you know, Turtle Lady does. You know, it's bad when certain states won't protect our children. Like here that I'm talking about, that I ran into the grandparents that got custody of the grandkids. You know, it could be 5 to 10 grandkids. I'm not going to tell you exactly how many. But the mother of the children was ordered by the court and CPS that she had to do this and that, plus she failed to show up to court. They put it off. I looked it up because I was told the name. I write it down. I looked it up. She didn't show up to court. If that was you and me, people, our butts would be in jail. Fight for freedom. You know, that's Mike Taylor's news. Fight for freedom. I agree with him 100%. We need to fight for our freedom. You know, there's a whole lot of veterans that's in the cemetery. Don't forget Memorial Day coming up in May. Make sure you go to Memorial Day service and pay your respects at the celebration, May 29, 30, I don't know. You have to look it up in your area. But what I'm mad about, the mother of the kids, why ain't she in jail for failure to appear in court? The prosecutor or the judge is crooked. You know, is the mother sleeping with the prosecutor? But I didn't mention any names. But they're, if you all remember the ex-sheriff, Jamie Knoll, they're his good old boys and all this. And I read to you, I think last week, Kenny Hughbank used to be the sheriff of Scott County, and he lost the election to a great sheriff they got now that fighting drugs. Don't come to Scott County and sell your drugs. You will go to jail. You will get arrested. You will go to prison because the prosecutor and the judge won't put up with your bull crap. And it made me mad, people, when I heard that this mother of the kids didn't show up to court. they rescheduled it for another day. I guess the mother was on her drugs. You know, I don't like it. If that was you and me, we didn't go to court or follow the court rule, you have to do this, you got to take classes, this and that, and you don't show up. That's contempt of court or failure to show up for court. That's my opinion. I don't like it. And I just want you all to think about it, because you all know people like that. Kids that lives in your state, that the grandparents got custody of the kids. At least they're not in the foster system. To me, that's bad. And also, people let you know I'm adopted. I'm what they call an illegal baby, adopted illegally, because my mom couldn't sign the papers because she was 12 years old when I was born. By the law, she couldn't sign any papers. I got 2 birth certificates. I've been fighting with the state of Indiana. I want my real birth certificate. I don't want my illegal adoption birth certificate. I threaten them with lawsuits, stuff like that. But that's why people, when I started YouTube over a year ago, that the fathers and mothers who got kids do videos on the family medical history. If you got heart problems, high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, stuff like that, or strokes, the kids needs to know that. That's how come I put it out there, because I was a bad boy when I was young. I got kids scattered out all over the United States. Probably got a few in Michigan, probably got a few in Youngstown, Ohio, and other states. And maybe Pennsylvania, New York, no. I don't remember dating any girls when I was driving the 18-wheeler back there then. And this is where the women going to get on me. Instead of having an abortion, ladies, put your baby up for adoption. Because there's parents out there that cannot have children. And here's one thing the doctors don't tell you if you have an abortion. This is a fact. I knew this girl, I'm going to say Clark County, Indiana. She had an abortion. She met a good-looking guy, as she said back there then. They got married, tried to have kids, found out she couldn't have children because she had an abortion. I don't know if the doctor screwed up back there in the 70s and 80s, back there then. I don't know. So I'm asking you women, no matter what color your skin is give your baby up for adoption. That's what I want you to do. That's what God wants you to do. And they can have a better life, better than what you probably could give. They might be doctors, lawyers, president, governor, mayor, congressmen, senators. They could be any of those people. Just think about it, ladies. I know you're hate me. It's your body. I agree with you. But I want you to think there's parents out there that can't have kids. Just think about it. That's what I want you to do, is think about it. There's parents out there that can't have children. And that's what I want you to do. Just think about it. If you have an abortion, it might mess you up where you find a good-looking guy and get married. You find out you can't have kids. Like I say, I'm not a doctor. That's what this girl told me over 30 years ago, maybe 40 years ago. And I'm just, I am concerned, There's a whole lot of parents out there that can't have kids. Just, I want you to think about it, giving it up for adoption. And that's what I like you to do. I know some of you people hate certain people. There's some that I don't like. But I'm not a judge. It's not up to me to judge them what they do. It's up to God and Jesus. Jesus and God is the judge and jury. That's who decides what happens to you. So, but I had to get that out because that was a story. I heard the grandparents talking about it. I ain't going to say where it was, where they live. I know where they live. It's bad. The mother don't buy the kids any clothes, buy the diapers, don't give the grandparents any money. I say the grandparents is probably in the 60s since she's about 30, so I say in the probably 60s. So, that's my news for today. Even on my rotary tiller, I've been waiting to get information when it's going to be shipped. I sent them an email. I checked it a while ago. They said they let me know something in 1 to 3 business days. So it probably be Monday or Tuesday before I hear anything. But people, when you buy anything, do your research. Look at the reviews. See if there have been any recalls. In the last 4 or 5 months, I bought everything from Home Depot. Home Depot didn't make it, but they sell it. I do hold Home Depot liable because they sell it. They know the junk or they don't work, like that LG ThinQ that I got. They know the problems they have with this model. Same thing on the Legion Force rotary tiller. Home Depot knows about it, the problems. What, they asked me, I get on the email, they want to know how I feel, how do I like it? I said, so far since December, that's two things you sold me that was junk. And you know they're junk. And I blame them, Home Depot, maybe 50, 60% blame. Or maybe 50%. I blame the sales guy or sales rep, whatever you call them, idiots. And I blame them. And I'm like I say, I love Pepsi Zero. While I was out, I bought me another 24 pack of Pepsis. And the Pepsi guy was there at Walmart in Scottsburg. I said, where's your 24 pack of Pepsi? He showed me. Here's the thing I don't like, even with Pepsi Company. They got it up on a rack, whatever you call it. It got a lip. It's hard for an old man like me to lift it up over that lip. If they had it, we could just slide it out. But no, those a-holes at Pepsi Company got to make it rough on us old people, handicapped people, disabled people. I don't get paid by Pepsi for talking about Pepsi Zero. The reason I talk about Pepsi Zero, because I'm a diabetic. You people know, you know people who's diabetic, either type 1 or type 2. Type 1 is the worst sugar problems you can have. I got type 2, which ain't too bad, but I still have to watch my sugar content. And that's how come I try to talk about Pepsi Zero. If you don't like Pepsi, there's other soft drinks out there that got zero sugar in it. Between Pepsi and Pepsi Zero, I can't tell the difference. But you people who likes Mountain Dew and drink maybe 3 to 5 Mountain Dews a day, give or take a little. I only drink 1 Mountain Dew a month. I try that Mountain Dew Zero. Boy, that tastes so bad, but I'm not a Mountain Dew drinker. Somebody who drinks Mountain Dew and drink Mountain Dew Zero probably couldn't tell the difference. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. And but right now I'm mad. Pepsi, said the reason I got family who works for Pepsi in the factories, and I was told they shut down some factories that makes Pepsi Zeros and other Pepsi. They make more in soft drinks, people. They make root beer and other stuff. But before they shut down, to me, the CEO should be fired. They should have had it set up that the other Pepsi places could be set up to make the other things. And people, when you up by the cash register of a dollar store or Walmart or Family Dollar store or whatever, you usually grab your soft drink. And people is fussing because they ain't got no Pepsi Zeros. You know, that makes me mad. And I found out today, I'm going to mention that, he's the Coca-Cola sales rep for the dollar stores, Walmart, and I don't know what other in the area. He's not going to be the sales rep for the dollar store anymore. He's a great sales rep. He's better than the Pepsi sales rep. Because the Pepsi sales rep, hello there, Moment Master TV. Good evening, my friend. Welcome. And I'm going to bring up again one of you people that watch my video on my Legion Force rotary tiller. You had to put it together, this and that. Only made one round around my garden till it went kaplunk. I called Home Depot. Home Depot gave me Legion Force phone number. I called them. They supposed to call me back or email me. I guess the idiot I was talking to put the wrong email in, so I emailed them back, and they told me what to do. I had to drain the gas out of it, take the filter out of it that's in the gas tank, put dirt in it. And this one YouTuber, yeah, you can subscribe as long as you're over 18. You know, I should get an email. If I get an email, then I will subscribe to you. You know, I don't care if you got 5 subscribers or 1,000,000 subscribers. And people, if you don't know about YouTube, you can subscribe to people's YouTube channel. And like I say, I watch a whole lot of YouTube videos, HOAs, and like on this rotary tiller, I watch a lot of videos. I subscribe to a whole lot of channels. Since I only got 500 and something subscribers, I can only subscribe to too many channels. To me, I think YouTube is messing up. You know, anybody can subscribe. If you're under 18, make sure your parent and your legal guardian is there. Remember the rules. It's God's YouTube channel. God rules. No fighting, no cussing, no hate crimes, no arguing, no gay stuff. Don't tell me you're gay because it'll start a fight. We don't go for it. And because I got some mean moderators. They know what I stand for. And see, tomorrow's the 8th. People, I want you to subscribe to Triumph's Beware, his YouTube channel. He's going to put up a video tomorrow about 8 o'clock. And he wears a mask. and he brought down Michael Kaiser, the murderer of DAC in, I think, Alabama. Murdered him, shot him in the back of the head. He's also known on YouTube as the Fraud Wrangler, the murder person. He's right now in jail in the state of Alabama under no bond, as the last time I heard. But people, I try to do my best here on YouTube. And I tried to keep everything PG. I listened to you all. You know, I tried to help you out, you know, give you some ideas. You know, that's what I want to do. And you all can help me out since I'm an old man. Anybody can subscribe to anybody's YouTube channel. It's free. It don't cost you anything. And we, you know, that's what we are. We are a YouTube family. We help each other's out. There's people on here computer smart and cell phone smart, Apple phone smart, or Android phone smart. Me, I don't know crap. And that's how come I talk about everything on here, to educate you. And if you're driving, get your dash cam, set it up. I don't know, you read an instruction, you can set it up for 3 minutes while you're driving. It records, and every 3 minutes it resets and do another video file. You know, it protects you. Make sure you all people record when you're out to protect you and your family. And you don't have to put it up on YouTube. There's people that likes when I'm on a road trip. Usually that's Fridays, or when my son has to go to the doctor. But people, I want to talk about again, and I know you all have helped me. God bless you and thank you. On my kitchen stove, LG ThinQ, reference number November 25020609 5787, reference number from LG ThinQ stove. For some reason, they quit calling after my son said he wants the money back. They wanted to give us another LG ThinQ piece of junk lemon stove. You know. And it came from Home Depot. LG does make some good things, but this LG ThinQ piece of crap, there have been recalls on it, fire hazard, shorts, a bunch of other stuff. And That's how come I put it out there. I do reviews on it. And I might, that'll probably be next week before the new rotary tiller comes in. It'll come in a box, in a metal frame. People, I'm in my 70s with back problems. You got 4 bolts holding a rotary tiller in a metal frame, 2 in the front and 2 in the back. And it's hard to get out of the frame. What they should have did when they built the frame, instead of welding it, have bolts in it where you can undo the bolts and just lay it down. You can take it out real easy. And the way they done it, they got the frame all welded, and you got to have at least 2 people. You got to lift it out. And somebody with my health condition, it's hard. And it looked like I'm not going to be on here too much tonight. Anybody can subscribe to the YouTube channel. I don't care if you're a boy, a girl, a lady, a man. If you're under a certain age, make sure your parents or your legal guardian is there. I don't want you to get in trouble. On here, there'll be no cussing, no fighting, no arguing. We chit-chat. We talk about anything, even if you got something you want to say. If I can help you, I can help you. But I want all kids to stay in school, get their education, maybe a trade school or college. Don't start a family when you're in high school, because then the guy's going to have to pay child support. The mother then won't be able to go to college. I know I was a teenager once. Your mom and dad was a teenager once. Your kids remember that. They was your age. Girls, your mother knows every trick in the book that a guy would try to do. Your dad is the same way. And you probably tell your mother, you don't know what you're talking about. But remember, girls and boys, mother and dad was your age at one time. They know. They know every trick in the book. They know if you're going to spend the night at your girlfriend's house or your boyfriend's house or vice versa, or you're going to the drive-in, or they know everything in the book, people. I just want you all to be safe, stay in school, go to college or trade school. If you like to fly airplanes, go in the military. You can fly those big jets. If you like to get into flying helicopters, you can do that. If you learn how to fly helicopters, when you get out of the military, you can still be in the reserves. You can fly for these medical hospitals who has helicopters. You can do that. Or you can fly for UPS or medical airplane that transport patients from point A to point B. Or you could be a nurse or a nurse practitioner. It takes very special people to be a nurse or a doctor. I want you people, no matter if you're in school or in college, look around you and see what kind of jobs where you live is people getting laid off. How much does it pay? Or did they close down? I want you all to look at it. Maybe if you like animals, maybe become a veterinarian. You know, if you like animals. I think it takes a little bit longer to be a veterinarian than a regular doctor. So I want you to look, think about it. But, it's going to be a slow night, people. It's Wednesday. Some people in the United States got their food stamps today. But people, since there ain't too many people in here tonight, thank you, Mike Taylor. People, go to his YouTube channel. Fight for Freedom. That's what I'm doing. Fighting for freedom for everybody on this planet. Try to educate you. Anything that I buy, I'm letting you all know the problems I'm having, like that LG ThinQ stove or the Legion Force Grid type rotary tiller. I'm just letting you know, because if I could save one of you from making a mistake on buying something, I know I've done my good deed. And also, I don't want you all to forget about God. God has not given up on you all. Or Jesus. Remember, Jesus and God is only two people. And this whole planet, the planet Earth got over 100 billion of citizens. I say 90% of them pray to God and Jesus. Remember, there's only two people. That's a whole lot of billion of people prayers that Jesus and God got to answer. So I want to thank you all. God loves you all. Peace on earth. And you all have a great week. If you're not out of school, when you wake up and get the kids off to school, people, tomorrow, which is Thursday, watch out for the yellow school buses. If you're out there on the highway, watch for cars, ambulance, fire trucks on the right side road. If you can, move over or slow down. Maybe it's a tow truck or a police officer. If you can't get over in the left-hand lane, slow down. Because Indiana, like other states, got a law. If you don't get over in the left-hand lane, if you're on the interstate and you can't get over, you can't slow down, you're going to get a ticket. I want to educate you all. And don't drink and drive, stuff like that, because you will get caught. If you kill somebody, you're going to be in prison for a while. When you get out, you're going to probably have to have an SR22 insurance, and you might not be able to get you a job. So kids, say no to alcohol and drugs. And kids, don't drink alcohol, even if it said you're a man or a lady or a mouse. I said, I'd rather be a live person and a dead person, or not killing anyone. You got bad drugs out there, it'll kill you the first time you take it. People, I've been sober from drugs, from alcohol, Mary Jane, marijuana, blotter acid, sniffing glue. Maybe that's how come my mind is so screwed up. Over 25 years sober. You got to have a strong mind and will. There's people that will help you stop your alcohol and your drugs. I got faith in you. God has faith in you. If you got faith in the God will help you stop drinking and the drugs. So people, I want to say good night. Welcome birthdays. Happy anniversary. You all have a great week. And remember, God loves you. God and Jesus did not give up on you. If you can't make it to church, you can watch it on TV or listen to it on the radio. So put your faith in the God. I know some of you don't believe. That's okay. That's your right. So people, I want you to have a great rest of the week. They're calling for rain tonight and tomorrow again. I'm going to have to get me a rowboat. If that keeps doing that, I'm going to have to get a rowboat. You saw some of the flooding that I put on my YouTube channel. So people, God bless you. Thank you all that has subscribed, that has donated through PayPal, Cash App, or my post office box. God bless you all. I'll catch you later. I love you.